Welcome back to NASCAR Live at Daytona International Speedway, getting ready for the 53rd Daytona 500 tomorrow. Finally, youth is served. Trevor Bayne has not been coming to Daytona for the last 88 years, like the rest of us old crocs. No longer a teenager as of today. I wish you could find a better place to celebrate than right here, but we're happy to have you, at least for the next few minutes, and talk about, I saw you shake David Pearson's hand and tell him you kind of got a little weight on your shoulders for, carrying that red, white, gold number 21 livery and with all the folks who made it famous around here.
But let me just say real quick, this is not a bad place to celebrate a birthday.
Yeah, not bad at all.
February, I celebrate mine here, and Dad celebrates his here. And so it's a good place to celebrate a birthday.
I'm enjoying it so far. It was really cool to meet David for the first time, actually, was just now. So that was really awesome to meet him. I've been hanging out with Leonard Wood a lot, and he talks so highly of David. And the first thing David said, he said, well, you better do this thing some justice here, So I do have a little weight on my shoulders, but I think we got a really, really fast race car, so that's going to do me some justice.
How did you and Jeff Gordon get to be such fast friends?
Driver intro stage. That's how it happened. It was crazy because I was standing there talking to Jeff Burton, and I didn't know who I was going to work with. I had talked to a couple guys, but I didn't know what they were going to do. So I was kind of like, well, I guess I'll drop back and see who will work with me. And as I asked Jeff Burton, he said, well, I'll probably work with my teammate here that's starting beside of us. And Jeff said, well, hey, man, who are you working with? I said, nobody yet. And he said, well, let's go. He looked at Bert and he said, we're coming for you. So I was like, all right, that'll work.
Remember you said he was waiting at the bottom of the steps? And I said, yeah, Jeff told him to wait at the bottom of the steps.
But wait a minute, how cool is that? Jeff Gordon's first year is 93. You're old, Jeff Gordon. Let's just go ahead and say that. He's the old guy now. You're the young guy. You were born in 91. You were 2 years old when his first year in Cup. How cool was it really for him to say that to you, and you guys to hook up, and him have that much confidence in your ability as a rookie, just to stick there and run with him?
That was really, really cool, especially because he didn't have to race that race. He could have made a couple laps, and he had everything to lose and nothing to gain. So to choose us, to push him around and trust us, to know that we weren't going to jeopardize him or get him in any trouble, that was really awesome. And a lot of people don't know this, but my first racing number was 24 because of Jeff Gordon. So, for him to be the guy that says, hey, I want to help you out, let's do this. I mean, that's a dream come true.
I'm going to say this, and Darrell can contest to this. When we used to come here and a rookie would jump out in a pack, the whole pack would come in and stop. I'm telling you, that's just the way it was. Did you not?
Back to the pits.
Back to the pits, everybody.
And I like this two-car deal because once you have some loyalty, you're kind of good. You're not going to go in the middle and get stuck like we used to see one guy get stuck and go all the way to the back. Now you got a buddy going with you, and then you can work your way back up to the front. So I like it.
See, I think you're in a good spot because these other guys, they say, oh, you can't see where you're going, and oh, the cars are too, pushing, and they have these preconceived notions. You have none.
I'm fresh-minded here.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, I mean, you don't know if is this normal? And as far as you know, it is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's very normal when this is all you can see is right here going beside of you. We went 3 wide through the middle one time, and I didn't even know we were running up on them, and all of a sudden it was just like cars flying by on both sides. I was like, well, glad it worked out for us.
David Pearson was 16 when he drove his first race car. How many races did you run by the time you were 16?
Wow, I have no idea how many races. When I was growing up in go-karts, we were racing 42 weekends a year pretty much, and we'd go to 3 different tracks, load up and run 3 different classes at each of those tracks. So, and I started when I was 5 years old, so I had run a lot of races. I'd already been racing Hooters Pro Cup for a year at that time when I turned 16, so I had quite a bit of experience at that time.
And by the time he was 7, he was a national champion in some of that kart racing.
Did you ever race at Smoky Mountain over there near Knoxville?
I've watched a lot of races there, a lot of dirt races there, so that was really cool. I remember when you were asking David about the first time he came in the tunnel here. Well, my first time was a little different. I wasn't coming here to race, but we thought we were. We were racing dirt go-karts then, and they had, WK has their dirt race in Daytona every year, and we pulled in here thinking the dirt race was in this track, and we're like, where's the dirt track at, and so I came in here and I was like, man, this place is cool, but it ended up being down the road, so we were out of place a little bit.
Butterflies. Did you have any Thursday? Are you going to have any tomorrow morning, your first 500?
Anything that's a qualifier, for some reason, like my qualifying laps or a heat race or, the duels for that matter, I get more butterflies for that than I do for the actual race. And I don't know why that is. Maybe it's because I figure in the race, if something happens, you got a lot of time to make up for it. In qualifying, you got one lap, and you're the only guy out there that everybody's watching. So when it comes race time, for some reason, I don't really get nervous. You know, I know it's got time to play out, and all we got to do is keep ourselves out of trouble for that first part.
Well, like David Pearson said, do that 21 proud tomorrow and have a lot of fun. NASCAR Race Day is going to follow Trevor Bayne tomorrow morning as he gets ready for his first 500. Good luck.
Thank you, guys.
All right.